Show me.
Over the weekend, I was lucky enough to see Everything Everywhere All at Once. The latest film from the directors of Swiss Army Man, starring a stunning cast including Michelle Yeoh, Stephanie Hsu, Ke Huy Quan, James Hong, and Jamie Lee Curtis. Michelle Yeoh's Evelyn Wang is a simple laundromat owner, stop-starting interests and goals, trying not to get audited, dealing with 3 generations of family trouble. Oh no, my father is disappointed in me. Oh no, my husband wants a divorce. Oh no, my daughter is gay and we don't get along on almost any level. How else could her life get more complicated? Oh hey, look at that. She is the chosen one, destined to save the multiverse. Honestly, I don't know how she does all that. All I do is try to juggle a YouTube passion project and work a full-time job that I hate. And about 3 times a week, I think about living in a cave. Everything Everywhere All at Once is epic, to say the very least. And I mean the least. The epic scale of the entire idea of the film says nothing about it as a whole. On a surface level, the performances are captivating. The cinematography is grand in both dramatic beauty and sci-fi eccentricity. And the fight scenes are some of the best you're going to see from Hollywood, thanks to the help of the excellent Marshall Club, both in front of and behind the camera. I was going to do a simple review for the movie, but after watching it, I don't think simply telling you what I liked about the film would do it any justice at all. But I mean, what did I expect? I've seen my fair share of A24 films, and like most people, I've usually got to sit on it for a few days, digest my thoughts, and yeah, watch a YouTube video or two just to tell me exactly what the movie was trying to say. I think myself pretty intelligent, most of the time, most days. But A24 films, they're really thinky. They really lay into that metaphor side of filmmaking. I may be a film nerd, think myself a pretty good one. But, your boy was a sociology major, So unless one of these movies wants to secretly be about, wealth disparity or social cultural hegemony versus cultural diffusion, I'll click in with that, but right now, for the most part, fighty punch kick movies make brain happy. Talky think movies, they make brain hurt. But what do you expect when A24 makes movies like The Lighthouse? A simple film about 2 men in charge of maintaining a titular lighthouse. But it's actually about masculinity, sexuality, and death. Or you have Midsommar, a frightening psychological horror film about a bunch of Americans visiting a European cult that slowly picks them off one by one. Then it turns out it's actually a breakup film about moving on, letting go of toxic pasts, and embracing new beginnings. Maybe you're more into The Green Knight, an Arthurian tale of a man traveling across the land to face his fate, whether it be death or notoriety. Just kidding, it's actually about honor and honesty. Alright, actually that's pretty straightforward, but you watch a dude talk to ghosts, foxes, see giants, and get a hand job from a strange woman with the same face as his girlfriend back home, and you tell me you knew exactly what was going on with the film. Despite being a typical, confusing A24 film, Everything Everywhere All at Once is actually a very accessible version of the formula. That can be attributed to the Daniels' fantastic writing. You can't follow dialogue and plot lines bouncing back and forth between multiple universes unless they're both completely solid. The film being about multiple realities means that every actor has to play multiple roles. I mean, one actor plays the same character the whole time, but the same character with different experiences at different points in their lives. That element is perfectly brought to life by Michelle Yeoh, proving once again that she is the queen of Kung Fu cinema. Her performance as Evelyn are the soul of the film. She bounces from stereotypical Asian mother telling her daughter that she's fat to dimension-skipping chosen one to every possible reality in between, with grace and ferocity. Ke Huy Quan's contrasting characters, from squirrely husband to stoic hero to confident man of the hour, is stunning, especially considering Ke Huy Quan hasn't been in front of the camera in about 20 years. And perhaps a performance that may get overshadowed by Michelle Yeoh, Stephanie Hsu is a revelation. I don't want to go too into detail about her performance, as that's where most of the spoilers lie, but she is magnificent. Above the kung fu and the dimension-hopping science fiction, Everything Everywhere All at Once is best in its moments of pure humanity. And that's really saying something, because the kung fu is incredible. I'll get back to the whole humanity thing I was just saying in a moment, but I should probably talk about the martial arts, seeing as that's kind of what I do here. Friends of the channel Martial Club, Brian and Andy Lee, were both the fight and stunt coordinators for the film and feature heavily in more than one fight scene. Seeing them on the big screen is truly an exhilarating experience. Michelle Yeoh took to their choreography like the veteran she truly is. They had quite a few moments that were just vintage Martial Club. Anything from modern athletic acrobatic tricking to the 80s Hong Kong style kickboxing. I can only imagine how stoked they were to not only be fighting Michelle Yeoh on screen, but to have also provided the choreography that she was performing. The kung fu is used like every other aspect of the film. It is thrilling, it's funny, it's dramatic, it moves the story along just as choreography should. This is an incredible leap from Martial Club, and it is an absolute home run. You also get a little bit of D.Y. Sao and Kira O'Connor, which for most people really doesn't mean anything, but for someone like me, you know, someone who's kind of like a sideline player in the martial arts online community, it's fun to see these lesser known people, you know, on this grand stage. It's like watching WWE or AEW and some guy you saw at a indie show wrestling in front of 50 people on live TV in front of a huge audience. You know, he's there to get squashed, but good for him for making it there. But let's go ahead and get back to that whole humanity thing I was talking about. Okay, so every bit of action, dimension hopping, and spectacular special effects serve the story as they should. At the heart of the story and everything else, Everything Everywhere All at Once is about human experience. How every choice we make could lead to an infinite number of possibilities. To appreciate every opportunity and outcome no matter where our decision takes us. Give everything your all, because when you put the effort in, the outcome is always a new and exciting adventure. But above all, appreciate those you travel life with. Your parents, your partner, your children, even a stranger that has the potential to be a friend. It doesn't matter who you were, who you are, or who you are going to be in this life or the infinite possibilities of another. For many of us, that feeling of being the chosen one, destined to save the multiverse, comes in a different package. Acceptance, appreciation. A loved one telling you that no matter what the limitless possibility of the future holds, simply being there with you is enough. Watching these characters who have just been through something as big as reality crashing in upon itself simply come back down to earth and love each other for every aspect of their beings, whether it be an assiduous personality, hopeful passivity, or just being gay. Witnessing their embrace was a warm embrace on the heart of the viewer after a pulse-pounding thrill ride of laughter, chaos, romance, and kung fu. And what a ride it was to behold. Over the years, A24 has worked within the realms of many genres. They've done heartwarming comedies, slashers, psychological thrillers, coming-of-age tales, and family dramas. But they're never just that. They're combinations of different genres, but no matter what, they're always uncanny, mystifying, and some kind of wonderful. This time around, A24 came into our world the marvelous world of Kung Fu cinema. They dove straight in with full embrace of the rich history and lore of Kung Fu. And what was the result? Well, something uncanny, mystifying, and definitely wonderful. Ke Huy Quan's contrasting character, Ke Huy Quan's contrasting, fuck me, this is a tongue twister.